This episode is brought to you by Barefoot Dreams. There they are behind me. Here they are on my seat. If you're not watching, you're listening. And if you can listen closely, I'm rubbing this beautiful, cozy chic blanket right now. But you can't hear much because that's how comfortable their products are, guys. The most comfortable fabric material I've ever felt. I love it. The Olympics are now coming up. They got a great thing going on with Team USA. Barbie, Disney. They have so many cool partnerships that also gives their merchandise a little bit of swag with some of our favorite brands. But besides who they're partnered with, the products they make, I got them on my couch now. So many amazing, comfortable moments with the guests. This episode coming up right now, Sarah was clutching the pillow the whole time as we were talking about deep things because it's comfort. Their products are comfortable, cozy, chic, Barefoot Dreams. I got blankets over here, robes, pillows. They make shirts. They make pants. They make athleisure wear. They make all types of wear. It's honestly like wearing around a comfortable pillow 24/7. I love everything they make. And because they're part of the Pop-Up Show Season 2, you can get 15% off your first purchase by putting in the promo code POPUP15 at barefootdreams.com. Here we go. I really got tears. Look.
Yeah, I got tears. I can feel it coming out of you. Oh my God, there's so many car accidents.
I'm so sad. I just need a cat.
Oh, I just need one cat just to really just see what's going on.
The theory worked. Not forced at all for a podcast. Totally genuine and real.
This is the energy Paul is giving in about 20 years, 10 years, sitting on his back patio, talking to his kids about how it used to be.
I feel like I started this, and I don't even know if it recorded properly, so I can just tell the audience. I kind of started this little aggro. I said, I don't want to hear your life story. I don't want to interview you. I just want to do bits. But it's because you're my friend, you're a comedian, and I like doing bits. But I do want to hear about your life, too, today.
Oh, yeah, no, but you don't want to hear about my life story. You want to hear about my life. That's the difference.
I want to update on your life, but
yeah,
I think for me as an interview, I'm getting a little fatigued from like, so where'd you grow up? And
yeah, we don't have to do all that.
I know it from you. You're from Connecticut. I already know this. So.
Exactly. Yeah, you knew
Call
it.
back.
Yeah, that's a callback, everyone. All aboard. Okay.
Let's just get the listeners on board. For people who don't know, you're a really funny comedian. You have a new special called Plant Medicine that's killing it online. Your clips are going viral. Since we met, I see you on the up and up, actually.
Mate.
Which I think is from your appearance here, but go ahead.
It's literally from that clip that we went that has 13,000 views. Yeah, my special's almost at 100 grand.
Congrats.
Crazy.
That's so awesome.
And I was like, if everyone could just Venmo me $1.
Can you ask for that?
I did. Someone sent me $20, thank you, and someone just sent me $15, thank you.
There you go.
Because I just put it after it had hit like 50,000 or whatever, and I was like, fuck, if I had have put it at the start and everyone gave me $1, I'd have 50 grand right now. But I added it just like in the description in YouTube, like no one's looking or giving a fuck or whatever. But I don't know, it was a good idea. So I've made $35.
This business, though, you're connecting with people because you have a bigger audience than you used to have, and it's only going to keep growing because you're a doer. I like that you're putting stuff out. Like a lot of people are afraid to do what you're doing.
Well, I was nervous because I wasn't happy with it.
Oh.
I wasn't completely happy with it. I was like, I can't release this. It's not good enough. I didn't run it on the road. I didn't do any of the stuff. I literally wrote it in 5 weeks and was like, this is fine. We'll just shoot this.
That's awesome, though.
Because it's about this retreat that I did in Costa Rica where we did ayahuasca. And so everyone who was with me on the retreat happened to be in Austin that same weekend.
So awesome.
So I was like, fuck it. Let's just shoot it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. There was 100 people, all the people who I knew in the room.
Perfect audience for this subject.
Perfect audience. However, they're not the perfect audience because they don't know what's going on. They're like ayahuasca people. They're not like comedy fans.
Oh.
And so I had 3-4 openers. And everyone was talking about like, you know, I would get drunk and I would fuck women or I would do MDMA and blah, blah, blah. And because everyone in the audience is like so in touch with themselves, they're like, I wonder what kind of trauma this man has undergone in order for him to be speaking like this. And so no one did very well.
Oh.
So the room was not warm.
You had to work for it.
And then I had to work so hard for at least the first like 10, 15 minutes to get them warm.
Yeah.
And so then I'm surprised people are not just turning it off after fucking 5 minutes because it's not good.
It's funny.
And the mic on the crowd was my backup mic. It wasn't an actual crowd mic. So the crowd is very low and it's just like the whole thing, I can't release this as my first thing. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I already shot it. Let's just, who gives a shit?
Yeah, it looks great. Sounds
fucking
great.
Thank you. And I just...
we all are perfectionists in this world for this stuff. So I think it's awesome you just put it out because look at the benefits. Your clips from it are doing great.
Yes.
The special itself's doing great.
Yeah.
And no one's thinking about these things but you. And then the next time you do, you'll be like, oh, I want to change the audio. I want to do different mics.
It
I
is-
want to have a different audience maybe.
The different audience, yeah, exactly. I was thinking about doing the same thing in Austin again in October, and then I was like, well, hang on a second, I got to get different people there. I can't have these.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, you could do it with different material. Why not? It's a
Well,
live
it is going to be
audience.
different. It's obviously going to be different material, but I'm saying like it would be the same crowd of like these enlightened people who are not necessarily looking to like
You
have a
just
good.
need enlightened openers. And I'm available. And I know who I am. I'm just kidding.
Are you gonna you're gonna come in and be like, hey, namaste everyone, my name is Paul.
Hey guys, so when you're in Downward Dog, you ever what's the deal with? I'm trying to think what the material line. I mean, your line of material is great because it's your experience and you
Yeah.
lived through. I haven't done any of that stuff, but I'm inspired to experiment
Mm.
because of your comedy.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. And it is cool. A lot of people in the comments, because I've got like 800 comments or something, which I've replied to every single one. But people
Nice.
are like, hey, I don't know where you came from or what's going on, but this was like in my recommended videos. I'm so glad that it was because blah, 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 blah. And you've helped me, da, da, da. And I'm like, fuck yeah, this is exactly what I'm trying to do.
Nice.
So it's very cool. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm.
It likes you.
Mate, why?
that.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
you're
all,
funny.
by the way, all the comments are lovely. Even though I wasn't happy with where it's at, I didn't
Yeah,
think the
yeah.
jokes were not that strong. Obviously, on Instagram, a lot of people are like, this is not funny. I'm like, cool, it's part of a bigger bit. This
Yeah.
is just a 30-second like little teaser to get you in. But out of the 800 comments, there's like maybe 3, and they're like, "Oh well, you know this part, it's not funny or something." And so then I just respond very earnestly, like, "Hey, by the way, I wasn't even going to do this as a comedy special. I wanted to do it as a TED Talk.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it, hey, just letting you know this is my experience. This was what happened. I want to pass on this information
Yeah.
of how great this thing is that you can do. And then maybe we'll have some jokes in there.
Yeah.
But I've labeled it a comedy special, but I want all of my specials to be like that and to have like some sort of message
Informative, yeah.
and not be like joke,
Yeah.
but be like, hey, here's a real fucking thing that happened to me. Maybe I'll cry or maybe you'll cry. No, I'm not going to cry, but
You might.
I might. I don't know. There was when I was practicing it, I would cry. Like in my living room, there's like a part where I'm like, oh, I
Wow.
could never play basketball again. And I would like cry, and I'm like, I wonder if I like should try to cry on stage. I'm like, nah, I don't want to like force anything, obviously.
Yeah.
But the point that I'm making is I want it to be real. I want it to be based on true, like everything that I say is obviously based
Sure.
on true events. And I want it to be like, this thing really fucking broke me, and here's how I dealt with it. It's
great.
That doesn't have to be a joke. And then we can
Yeah.
do jokes around that.
I think that's why it's connecting though. Like we're
Yeah.
all searching for that type of content, and as comedians, we want things to be real. I also think audiences don't want. I don't know if this is true for our day, but they don't want like, hey, folks. But I just had a talk with this about somebody where it's like, if it's not real and authentic, it kind of misses the mark, even in the clubs.
Somebody said
Right?
to me, I have a new 15 minutes on this guy that I met.
Okay.
And I thank you. And I got off stage and everyone was like chanting. It was fucking very cool.
Whoa.
And don't worry, I bombed in front of him 2 days later with the same material. It was
About
awesome.
him?
Yes.
Oh.
So bad. Anyway,
You do it all. I love it.
I get off stage and someone's like, how much of that was so funny? Like, how much of that was real? I'm like, everything was real. Why? I couldn't even imagine hey, baby.
Cat's here.
Cat's here. I couldn't even imagine making up. Oh my God, his tail's on fire.
Oh no. Is he all right?
His literal tail just.
Oh my gosh. And I was talking smack about him before. Is he all right?
Oh my God, I'm so glad I put that on. That's fucking.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a first. Well, folks, I was trying to make the studio smell good. Now it smells like burnt cat hair. And I literally started this podcast and it didn't record well, but I was ripping on pets, and that was karma right there. I feel terrible. What do we need? You need a gauze? Are you nervous?
I got it.
Smells like a hair salon in here now.
Holy shit, bro.
Oh, that was wild. I don't even know if that was on camera. We're going to find out.
It's okay.
Oh my
Oh my God,
gosh.
I just was like, hang on, there's a candle here, and he's.
Is he
his
okay?
tail
I'm
high.
sorry. I didn't
His tail's on fire.
think. Blow that out if you want.
No, it's fine. He's not gonna do it again.
He felt it, you think?
No, because it was right on the end.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
I love how we were talking about your your chakras and your enlightened special.
I
and
said
then
my
you
cat's on
literally-
fire.
Just to goes to show you in life that there's always going to be something in life. I mean, I kind of wanted to revisit the cat stuff because I don't know if it was recording properly, but now I feel like kind of bad.
Man.
I feel kind of bad. So you brought your cat. Can I just bring it back up real quick
Yeah.
one more time? I want to talk more about the special, but you brought your cat, and I said earlier, and I just want to just get this out: is I never had cat love, and I have a problem with modern cat parents acting like human parents. That's all it is. That's my gripe. Like, it was Father's Day, and my whole feed was riddled with other people posting their significant others with pets and saying Happy Father's Day. You are not a father.
That's very annoying. Also, it's very dear to you because you are a father and you said you were with your father talking about father stuff, and then you
Don't
go
take
on
that away from us because you bought an animal.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You agree with me?
Yes.
Okay, because that's the line I have is, and I feel bad even saying this now that your cat burnt its tail.
I don't think he even knows that he was on fire. Look, he's going to smell his tail now and be like, what's going on?
I mean, he just has to walk around because his smell is everywhere.
That's so great.
This studio, I was worried smelled like an old air conditioner. Now it smells like an old
Now
tail
it smells
that
like
was
fried
burnt.
cat. Fried cat.
Ugh. Which some people eat. Sorry to say that.
That's, it's funny because in India, you can't eat cows. They're like sacred and they're walking
Right.
on the streets. And here we're like, give me a nice cow. And then in Japan or China or whatever, you can eat a dog. And it's like,
talking about you.
technically, isn't a dog and a cow the same thing? They're all the same thing. It's the same shit.
Well, that's what I'm always
So-
confused about, is we are the ones who domesticated these animals.
Yes.
But they...
Also, people domesticate cows. Have you seen this guy on Instagram? He's fucking awesome. He lives
No.
with a cow, and it's
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah, I have.
cutest.
Yeah, that
it's
is
so
cute.
cute. Don't come back up here because you're.
Watch out with that tail, huh?
He doesn't know he was on fire.
I actually would try. I don't think I could eat a cat or a dog, but I would try a cat tail if it was in front of me in a foreign country, maybe. Because it's not like that.
God.
It's not really the whole cat. Is this gross to talk about?
No, I think like that's maybe. I would do that maybe when I was younger.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like, well, I may as well try it. Like I tried crocodile or emu or whatever. And I not on when I used to live in China, they gave me a burrito sandwich thing. And I was like, oh, what was that? Like beef? And they were like, no, it's donkey. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me that before,
How was it?
Not good. That's why I was like, what is this?
Oh,
I don't know. But it's like, and you would try, but it's like, I don't want you to kill a thing so that I can tray it for my own,
Also, for you, like pet parents, what I try to empathize with is there's a real love connection, and cats are very smart. And I don't have the empathy because I never had one, but I do know that you have a real relationship that they reciprocate. I just never had that. Every animal I've ever seen has jumped on me, been afraid of me. I give off kind of like, I don't understand you vibes. And I think that they don't, and I've never made time for it because I had siblings growing up, and then I have a bunch of kids now, and
That
I'm
makes
just like,
me want to give you a hug.
I feel very loved though by humans.
No, I know, but it just makes
Like, am I
me-
missing a love I don't because I never had it?
Maybe. Like, you didn't grow up with any animals? Nothing? in
No,
the
we
house?
killed all of them. We had them, but they all died.
Sorry.
Hamsters, birds, dead, everything.
Why? Dad.
Dead in a bag.
Bag.
Put in the body bag. Because we started this podcast over, Sarah and I get into a bad Sebastian Maniscalco on a very regular basis.
Hey, you could. What?
Here's what I'm saying about
Hey.
pets, okay?
Yeah.
You
Tell
can
me.
have one.
Yeah.
Just don't tell me it's your kid, okay? Don't tell me. I'm getting better, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
Don't.
it's a child. He was always like, that's what I'm talking about. And then you see him in person, he's like this.
Yeah, he's like, hey.
If you're in
what's
the
going
club
on?
with him, he's like, how you doing? He's
How you
so
doing?
chill in person.
How you doing?
And he gets on stage and he's like, get the bag. All right.
What are you talking about? Anyway, no, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Some people don't like animals, fine. But that's, I don't know. Also, I'm not like a crazy person.
You're not.
I just like to bring him everywhere because that's why he's such a cool cat, right? Because I didn't just bring him up as a cat. I brought him up as like, hey, just come everywhere with me.
Yeah, he's your buddy.
So that you're not annoying.
Yeah.
Because then you get a cat that's like, people come in and then they're scared and they're jumping and they're clawing or they're freaking out or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I literally am just like, here's a podcast studio, go and
Come
explore.
chill. Yeah. Hope he eats all the crickets around here because we are sort of in a garage studio. So, but you know what? He is a cool cat and you're a cool cat. Thanks for bringing your cat.
Thanks.
Sorry about the tail.
That's okay.
But let's hear some tales.
Some tall tales.
Tall tales about your travels. So the
Tall
special's
tales.
out. You're traveling the world. You're going on these retreats. Why are you going? You're going back to Costa Rica
You know
for
what's
more?
also so funny? People on the internet are such like dickheads. Like someone was like any excuse to just like be a dickhead. Like
Yeah, of
somebody
course.
commented on my video and was like, "What are you doing traveling the world when you're blowing up on social media?
You can't live your life."
And I was like, so much to say on that.
Yeah.
First of all, I haven't left America in 10 years.
Wow.
I have been stranded here, and so I booked the tour. I
Yeah.
booked the little travel.
Why not?
Number 2, I didn't know I was going to blow up, and blow up is very loose. Number 3, me blowing up doesn't translate to ticket sales or money as
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to do? Sit at home and watch the numbers rise and go, this is cool. I wish I wasn't in France. You know,
Right.
it's like, what? So yeah, I had a event in London that I was going to go to.
Nice.
And then I was like, well, fuck, if I'm already in London, let's
Live your life.
let's just do it.
And you did shows over there. So
Buddy. And so I didn't want to do shows. I was
Yeah.
like, everyone's like, are you going to do this? Come here. Like, you know, you get like one guy who's like, come to Ottawa. And you're like, no.
cool. Yeah.
So I was like, no comedy. It's not about that.
Yeah.
And people don't really also get that. I'm like, I'm here to travel. I'm not here to be like, let me find a fucking
Yeah,
open
yeah,
mic.
yeah.
Like I'm not, it's not like that.
It's actually a power when you feel that way about it.
Well,
You're
I don't need. Here's also what I realized recently. Like it'll come when it's gonna come.
sure.
And I had been putting so much of my effort and concentration into like stand up. Not even, but just like looking at the numbers and doing it. And it's like,
it's a game.
I don't want to put my effort into that because it's going to do its own thing regardless of what I'm doing. I want to focus on my business and focus on making money. And in that way, I have freedom to do whatever I
You
want.
also have material if you're traveling the world.
Yes.
You're like living your life.
Yes. Well, I have some hot Danish material, which I don't
Yeah.
know will be funny over here.
You should do a straight set, like as if you're there here, and just see how it goes.
So what do you mean?
Like all like local Danish stuff in America. Just see what
Well,
hits.
it's funny because also like Danish people like don't like to laugh.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
That's tough.
Yeah, and so
Did you get them?
it was kind of weird. So I was opening for Morgan J, and Morgan
Who I
J,
love.
yeah,
I love
he's
that
great.
guy.
So they're all his crowds. They fucking loved him,
Yeah.
but they're like, "Who's this girl?" And I'm like, "Hey, you know, well, it's weird that you guys are on bicycles, you know."
Should be like, girl, why you riding that bicycle? Like Morgan sings to everybody,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I love it.
One time I was like, it's not funny, but I was like, what if I was Morgan the whole time? I pulled my face off. Anyway.
And you painted a Morgan under your face, or
No, like I was Morgan the whole time and I pulled it off. You know, like a Kang, those two aliens in The Simpsons,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
pull
of
their
course,
faces off and
of
they're
course.
like people or whatever. I can't remember what I was going to say. Anyway. So yeah, I was like, okay, cool. I have 2 months. I have no plans. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. The
Right.
only plan that I did have was to surprise my best friend in Zurich for her birthday.
Cute.
And I had been planning this with her husband for 6 months.
Wow, what a gift.
And so yeah, not only was I surprising her in Zurich, but I was surprising her in Zurich 3 hours away in a little mountain cottage
Whoa.
bullshit thing
Never
that they
would
had
expect you
at the
to be there.
weekend. Yes. So that was the only plan that I had. And then
Nice.
after I had seen her, my plan was like, I'll go tomorrow and get a car and I'll drive through Italy for like 2 weeks. And
The
I
dream.
literally have no plan. I'll just drive here. Oh, that looks cool. Let me stay here for the night. Just literally the dream.
Dream.
And then I saw that Morgan was in Europe and we were chatting and I was like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, do you want to do a show? And I was like,
That's awesome.
he goes, let me know. He sent me like the schedule and he goes, you can do like pick which one you want to do. And
Wow.
I said, can I do all of them?
Wow.
Can I do all of them? I was like, it's completely on me. Like, I don't expect anything from you.
Right.
I literally, this is what I'm here for, is to
Yeah.
just go with the absolute flow. And so I ended up doing 2 shows in Sweden. They're all sold out, by the way. 2 shows in Sweden, 2 shows in
Wow.
Denmark, and 1 theater in Oslo.
Wow.
It was very weird because I've never done a theater before. Well, I've opened for Bobby Lee at the Improv
Nice.
in like Ontario or whatever.
Theaters are incredible.
That was the biggest one I'd probably done. But
Cool.
this one, it was weird. Like I was less nervous
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't
More
nervous at all. It was very weird. I was very calm. And you know, normally sometimes when I'm like,
You're
and I'm like,
frenetic, yeah.
I have like
Sometimes
manic
seeing
energy.
you before shows, you're funny because you think you're not going to do well, and then you do really well.
Mm.
But you're the only comic. You really think that. You believe that sometimes.
Say that one more time. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, that's weird. You weren't listening to me when I talk. I guess
No,
it's-
I was.
I'm messing.
I want to hear it again.
It's fine. It's fine. Your cat. No.
You smell that?
Yeah, honestly, my eyes are watering in the studio. I just smell burnt tail this whole time. This episode's called Burnt Tail, by the way.
Burnt
You know
tail.
that, right?
Okay,
Burnt Tail.
great.
You are one of the few comics. Sometimes people get nervous, but you're such a pro and veteran of stand-up. But you sometimes have like energy before where you're like freaking out, and you're like, I'm doing new stuff. I don't have to do it, and then you go up and kill every time I've
Yes.
seen you. But you really do believe you're not going to do well. It's like you have like a nervousness that helps you.
Oh,
So I wonder what
see
happened
you're
when you did
saying.
theater when you weren't nervous.
I thought you were saying the other way around. I thought you were saying, I believe I will do well, therefore I will do
No,
well.
I feel like you don't, and then you do great.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Do
well,
you
that's what happened at the Ice House the other day where I was telling you earlier.
Yeah,
But I did not do well. And I went,
that's what's hard about this.
I go, everybody stop the presses. This is going to be fucking awful. And meanwhile, I had actually been doing the whole week in my mind, practicing the set, envisioning it on stage,
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
it's going to be fucking
such a-
great. I'm
It's
like,
a vibe thing for us. though.
I am envisioning this absolutely crushing. There's
But if
no
you
other
carry-
way it can
I
go.
know, but I've been feeling weird too. And if you carry that, if you walk into a show and you kind of say like, I'm not, if we tell ourselves we're not going to do great, you could make that happen. It is manifesting a
Yes.
little.
So
But
normally
you-
I try to think, envision, I'm gonna fucking crush this show,
Yeah.
and then usually it's fine. But this time I was like, I'm gonna fucking crush this show, and then I got there and I was like, oh, this is actually really
a
bad.
weird
There's
show,
no one in
yeah.
the room.
Yeah.
The crowd fucking sucks.
then-
I'm up second, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know what show. Everyone's doing only 7 minutes,
Oh, God.
and I was doing 15. So there's
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then I haven't had this in a long time. But I forgot bits. I forgot where I
just did that
was.
last
I
night.
had to go back to the start. I said, oh, wait a second. Remember at the start where I said about this?
Yeah, yeah.
Can we go back to that first joke and then do that again? And then people were dropping forks and the
Oh,
audience
everything.
and the other crowd, you could hear them laughing through the thing. The doors open. The waitress is like,
It's
what
off.
can I get you, hon? Yeah, that comes with sauce. What kind of sauce? I'm like, why are you yelling? Everything fucking sucked. Everything sucked. And I was thinking, like, I told a friend about it, and he was like, well, it's good that you got that out of your, under your belt. I was like,
Yeah.
you're talking like I've never bombed before. Like, I have bombed before.
yeah.
And by the way, even though this bomb was so horrific, it doesn't hurt as much as those, like, first bombs.
Right, yeah.
Because at least I know if this was me like 5 years ago and I would have forgotten my material, I would be standing there frozen in silence. But instead, I was just like, okay, well, this is not going
can
well. What's
recover.
going on? But it was just like, it fucking sucks and it hurts your little soul. But it's like, ugh, it's going to be fine. Although
never heard
I do.
Of yeah, that's so interesting though. That bombing makes us like extremely ADD about this. Like you have laser focus on all the bad things happening. I never thought of it that way. It reminds me of like I think it was a Skechers ADD commercial once about like what it feels like to have ADD.
It's like 7 people
It's like-
talking all at once.
Yeah, it's basically like all those things. That's kind of interesting to think about it that way. Like it all, we're so perceptive when you're bombing and you're not getting what you want from the audience. You see all the problems.
Yeah.
When you're killing, you just see all the good. It's like
Yeah.
true. Like you hear the glasses, you hear people chattering.
But
and
it
you and I
was
are
like it was like a joke. It
Yeah,
was a
it was a
joke
bad
how
scene.
much extra stuff was going on, and then I already like it was new material. I already was like in my head like everything that went wrong. Like
yeah. Well, that's
But again,
also,
it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
'cause you-
It wasn't even that
You've
bad.
been doing it long enough where even bombing now still is learning and not the
Yes.
worst. The worst is when we started and you get crickets and even me, I haven't been up in a few weeks. I went up last night. I forgot where I was. And I just said to them, I was like, what was I talking about? And I got a laugh because I was able to win them over, I
Yeah.
guess. But 5 years ago, I would have been like, where was I again? Fuck.
Yeah. And then just like
Silence.
I just blank.
Or I would have said 100 things with no punchline. I would have said 100 other
Yeah.
things. So you're already on the horse, dude. Don't sell yourself short. It's all good. But I know the feeling.
It's fine. It's also like I don't know if they can tell. Like, can you tell that I'm good even though I'm doing bad? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
can you
because-
tell or not? I
yes.
feel like you can
You
maybe.
can. Yeah, because you're confident enough
And then
up
someone
there
also
anyway.
yelled out, like, you're the only person up here who didn't, like, people were just literally with their phones, just like looking at their
At the
next joke,
show?
like yes.
I hate that. I never
Everyone.
do that.
Just like this.
Have you ever done that?
Or,
I won't do it. I can't do it.
You know what's funny? I never knew, when I first moved to LA, I remember I saw, like, Theo Von.
Yeah.
It was 2014. I went to a show, and he had his phone on the stool, and I hadn't started comedy, and he was like scrolling, and I just assumed he was like checking his email like mid-set or like checking text messages. I was like, that's kind of rude.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't realize he was like checking his set, and so I tell people now, like, make sure that like the audience knows that like you're not just like checking text messages, because also in this day and age it can look like if you just pull your phone out that you're looking for a text from
Yeah.
someone. It's very weird.
I understand if you're like a killer and you do arenas and you don't care about the clubs, you want to work stuff out, but I don't like. One time I tried doing it and I told myself like if I need it I'll look at it, and once I was up there I don't know, it feels so impersonal.
Well,
I don't
sometimes I'll take a notebook. Like
I
sometimes
like books more than phones.
Right. Well, I either have a notebook or sometimes like I'll laminate a little set and you can't see it.
That's way too organized. Good for you.
Thank you. I have a lamination machine in my house, but I have a
you
little.
would.
Thank you. It's for
Really?
my business, but
But use it at home.
Well,
What's
use
the
it for
weirdest thing?
comedy.
Wait, now we're into something. What's the weirdest thing you've laminated at your home that you're like, I should laminate? Like you have like a milk sign or something weird, or like a pajama drawer that has a laminate that you did at home?
that's funny. No, I have a label maker machine. I used to
You
like
also-
label my drawers.
That's organized. You're an organized person.
But it's also like you don't remember that pants go in the pants
Pants.
drawer. There's 6 drawers. You don't remember which
Or
is
do
which.
you think of bombing so often that you just have hyper focus on all the bad things? You need the labels to go. Maybe that's what you need when you bomb. You need a label maker on stage that just tells you to remember that you're still good. You put it on your notebook.
It is funny because that bomb, have all these hopes and dreams of like what I want to do with comedy and my
Yeah.
life, and I'm gonna help humanity by reaching out, like making people see that maybe plant medicine is not that bad, or let's
Right.
go to therapy, let's heal ourselves, let's be better people, blah blah. I have this whole plan
Yeah.
of where I'm gonna be and what I want to do, and that set, makes you go like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
And that sucks because I was literally like 2 days later, two days prior, this basically got a standing ovation.
Right.
And it just,
That's the choice we made to do this, though, because I feel the same way as you. Even this week, yesterday.
Yeah.
This is our therapy now, which I always say on the show, but it does feel that way sometimes in here. I had the same thought. Am I funny? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I do hosting. I'm better at interviewing. Why am I
Yeah.
even trying to tell jokes? This is what we signed up for. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
go away. It also makes us good. Like your energy I was describing earlier, when you get up there, you're very in tune with the moment. I've seen you riff in the moment and get laughs.
Mm.
That's a strength we have because we bring that. We don't just go up there and go, we rock. We sell at arenas.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. And
Yeah.
then, and just to tell you, name drop, I interviewed Jerry Seinfeld recently.
what?
I did. You missed this. You were away. I talked with Jerry. Not
Way.
here. He would never come here. I mean, but I interviewed Seinfeld, and we talked about this type of idea in stand up to stand up, which was a dream of mine. And he said, he goes, it never goes away.
Really?
He's like, you still get nervous. He's, I still go up there. You don't know if it's going to be good, and that's why we do it. We don't know. You never really know.
You
That's what he
never
said.
know.
You never
Yeah.
really know, and that's why you go up there and do it. Right? Don't you think so? And he said Jim Gaffigan was there too. And they were talking about how there's a level of this that we don't ever truly know. You still got to get the people. And we signed up for this kind of adrenaline job, but also constitutes and tells our performance because we have it. So don't lose it. We always might bomb. You might be a weird crowd. It might be too loud chatter. Whatever it is, you always have to work to get it. That's kind of why I love it because it's not surefire ever. You could be doing an arena gig. You still got to bring it.
yeah.
Everyone could be there for you. You still got to bring it. I love that. Step up. Get the bag.
Get the bag. It is funny though, like you hear established comics talk about how like it's so much more fun to do it like at our level when they're not there for you.
Yeah.
And you know that if you're
Gotta
doing
work.
well, you're crushing, and they're not just like laughing because they love you.
Right.
Because I assume if I have 1 million followers and they're all like, oh my God, I can't wait to see Sarah, they're going to be hanging on every word that you're saying because they love you anyway. And you don't even know if you're doing well anymore because you have been afforded this audience
Yeah.
who is going to go with you on every joke no matter what.
Yes and no, though, because I do think with comedy, if you don't have laughs every few seconds or every story every 30 seconds, you will lose even your people eventually if you're not funny enough. I think with comedy, but yes, you get away. I've heard someone say you get away with like 2 to 5 maybe when people know you, like famous people.
2 to 5 what?
Minutes, like first
Of-
couple minutes
of-
where they're like, oh, we like him, or like, oh, we saw him on TV. We
Oh.
saw her on TV. We like them.
Well, that's like
Then after that, you better have something funny.
that's like when famous people try to do stand up, and at the
hate
start
it.
they're like, "Oh my God, this is fucking crazy," and then
Yeah.
after 5 minutes you're like, "Oh, this guy sucks." It's like, yeah, man, it's really hard.
yeah.
You can't just like be Madonna and be like, "I'd like to tell a joke," and then just fucking bomb.
Yeah, I want
know?
your help because I'm trying to think. You're so good at, you don't realize this, but you're great with your material. You're great at being honest about your journey. I want to work this year on telling who I am and my journey more authentically because I realized if we write hit songs, this is what this is. Your material songs. This is how I'm seeing it now. If we keep writing hit songs and fine tune our albums, that will take us to the next level because people relate and they like all your material is doing well is because you're writing good stuff that people relate to about your life. I just feel like I get up there and I'm like, I'm fucking goofy. I want to have like the meat and potatoes is the material, and I want to focus on like getting more in touch with it.
It's funny because this show the other night, this guy got up and you could tell he was new. Well, I could tell he was new. This is the thing. It's like, I don't know if people can tell that he's new, but I can tell he's new.
Yeah, we know.
And he's funny. He's doing funny stuff, but anyone could write the jokes. Anyone could write the jokes. And so I'm getting really particular about seeing that, you know? And it's like, when I get up there, you know me kind of.
Yeah.
And I feel like that you kind of have that too, because you're also telling story. You're not saying like, what's the difference between a caterpillar? You know, you're not telling
cucumber
jokes
and a banana?
What is it?
They both hurt.
You made that up on the spot.
That was a weird.
That was
joke.
quite good.
Was it?
That was quite
That was
good.
such a low hanging fruit. Anybody
But that's
could
what
have
I'm saying.
written that.
Anyone
Low-hanging
could have
fruit.
written that. Whoa.
Fruit Ninja. All right, sorry.
What's that? What was that?
Like it was a game where you used to cut fruit and vegetables on the phone, and that both of those fruits were in it. Fruit
On
Ninja.
the phone?
Yeah, it was like a ping, you never played that?
No.
Anyway, I
Okay.
didn't like my joke. I might cut it out of the edit.
No,
it
it
was
was
an easy
great.
joke.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you keep writing material about yourself, so that thing about the cyclist,
Yeah.
that was a real story.
Right,
That was
I'm
a real
working on
thing that
that.
happened
Yeah,
to you. That's a good story. It gives insight into you and what happened. It's not just you going like, oh, could you imagine if you were in Trader Joe's? And like, there's also buzzwords that people use to like make them seem like they're funny when they're not, you know,
Right.
and it's relatable because we're at Trader Joe's.
Authenticity is what we're talking about.
Yes.
And it's the brand of comedy we both do, but I also think it's what people want now more than ever. Because of social media, like there used to be a disconnect from like, oh, it's a big star and they do stand up and like you can get up there and have this kind of like, well, I'm this big star and you're a person. We're all people now sharing our lives, I think, because of social media. So the material has to reflect your real experience.
That dog's not going to come in here, is it?
No, but there's dogs out of the studio right now, which there aren't usually. and
Can I lock
cats-
the door?
Yeah,
Just
they
in
won't come
case?
in. I don't want dogs in.
No, but what if
Who
old
let
mate
the dogs
comes in?
out?
Got him.
Can we try something real quick? Because I think you're pretty punny too. Can we try and have a conversation only in puns? Is it
I
possible?
don't think let me do that. Okay. I've never done this before.
Me neither. I just came up with it on the spot. It's kind of tough.
Spot.
I got a spot on my jacket. I don't
More
know if
like a jaguar.
So anyway, let's get back to the combo. One and done. I'm trying to be gamey with you. I don't know. I'm just pursuing. I told you I wanted to come in and do bits, and actually we had a really nice conversation. We're genuine people, is what it comes
Yeah.
down to. I was like, let's do bits.
Listen,
we're catching
we
up.
can do whatever we want.
I'm
How
not
about
judging
that?
this.
No, we're
Also, you know what's funny? We're supposed to hang out and catch up today, and I said, you know what? Can you actually do something for me instead and come on the pod instead of catching up? This is the catch up.
yeah. There's
it's
just
public.
no food here.
No
And
food.
There's certain things I can't say.
Yeah, you can't say what. Yeah, the
sounded
racially
weird.
charged stuff you said off camera was wild.
The
The Europeans kind of got in your head about certain races. It seemed. I mean, what you said earlier. But
Okay,
anyway,
cut.
kidding. She said nothing. It was the cat. But
I got a black and white cat for equality.
yes, of course, like my penguin here, black and white.
Cute.
MJ was right about one thing.
What? Doesn't matter if you're black or white. Did we get this part before when I said
No.
this is you in 10 years?
He's bad. That is me in 10 years. Take a look. I'm gonna have more wrinkles from all the cigars I smoked
Anyway.
and the tequila tasting. So anyway,
You
I
said
like-
you wanted to do more genuine
I
stuff.
want to be more authentic. You inspire me because you also do material and get up there and do it. And I don't like overthinking stuff either. Like
You also keep seeing me when I go, hey, Paul, I have 25 minutes of
New.
material I wrote yesterday from a story that happened. And you go, what the fuck? And I go, here we go.
Yeah,
And then I
it's
just
great.
get on stage.
It's great.
It's nuts. I actually found that set when I had just come back from Costa Rica. I was like 2 days back from
That was
Costa
Ice
Rica.
House, right?
It's quite fun.
Yeah, you did great.
It's quite fun, yeah. I was
What?
thinking about posting it to be like,
You
oh, here is
should.
the first iteration of this thing
Why
before
not?
I shot it, maybe.
But you're inspiring for other comics because it's like, get up, figure it out, keep trying at it. It will get better and better, and you have to take that first step.
But also, if you have the story and you know what happened,
Just
then
tell
just
it.
tell the fucking story.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
But what's nice about stories is if you do stand up long enough, you can tell it funny because you're used to being up there. So like you can recover. Like even me, if I just tell myself and tell a story, if I don't get laughs, you're the same way. I'll find something else. I'll be like, oh, wow, you guys, that didn't like.
Also, but it's also a good story.
Yeah.
So I was telling you about this guy. So I had one date with this guy.
So your new stuff.
This is my brand new stuff.
I wanna hear it.
I had one date with this guy, and I had already had 10 minutes
From the date.
from the date. And so I go to West Side and I'm just telling them.
Nice.
And I don't have to think about it too much because I already know
It's life.
this happened. So I don't have to think of a joke or think of a funny or think of a punchline. This is the sequence of events that happened for this next 10 minutes. This is all true and it's hilarious.
And you can present it, just presenting the truth. It's funny because it's your truth.
Yes, and even if it's not funny,
You'll
it's like a
find-
fun story.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, wait, I'm curious what happened with this guy. Can you tell me some of it now? I'm curious to hear some of it. Or do you want me to come see you live?
Here's some of
some
what?
of the story. You had all this material. from
Oh,
one
okay.
date.
So I say
What was weird about it?
it wasn't weird. No, it was great. So
Oh.
I say basically, I met this guy. We had this really great date. He's so great. Blah blah blah. I came home. I told my friend like I think this guy could be the one. You know, obviously I'm making a big generalization after
Right.
one date. And then she's like, well, I've heard you say this before. And then I say, I have said this before. However, here's a difference. Me, almost 40, the requirements that I have of a partner. Me, in my 20s, the requirements I have of a partner. We touch on this briefly. We touch on this briefly. Then I go into my previous 4, 5, 6 ex-boyfriends. This is what this guy did, which was insane. This is what this guy did, which was insane. I was with this guy for 2 years, this guy for 3 years, this guy for 2 years, this guy for... One guy said on the first date, if women don't want to be raped, they shouldn't go outside. And we were together for 2 years. So it's like, it's just like, it's also like, it's putting this guy on a pedestal saying, how great is this guy? But also saying how fucking shit. And this is actually part of the point of like me wanting to educate, right? So the whole point of like the next bit, or maybe this will be in the next special, something like that. The whole point is saying, hey, we can't attract good people when we are broken inside, because broken attracts broken, right? And so if I can't deal with my own, that's the reason why I believe that I have attracted this really great guy, because I was able to go inside, heal my shit. I'm not just attracting another fucking guy like my dad or whatever.
Or an F-boy, yeah.
You're right. I don't think I've ever met an F-boy.
All right. Well, I was just
I don't
guessing.
really know how they work. No, but I don't really understand. I've met dickheads and
Maybe
people who
that's what
say
I
if women
mean.
don't want to be raped, they shouldn't go outside.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how to fuck boys. But anyway, so the point is that's the message that I want to have in the next thing. Hey guys, if you want to like stop being sad and like and stop like being the victim, like I'm sitting here going, oh well, I've had 10 relationships and they all haven't worked out. Guess what? It's my fault.
Yeah.
Because I allowed those people into my life. I co-created every
choice.
situation.
Right.
And so until I went inside myself and dealt with that thing that kept attracting the same guy,
Yeah.
I can't attract somebody better.
Right.
And so that's the moral of the story, right?
love that.
But that's wrapped in, this is funny, and this is a funny thing that he said, and this is a funny thing that he did, and this is how silly my ex-boyfriend was, and this is what I thought was okay, and which I now realize is not okay. It all comes together in a nice message, a fun story, and a little, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, all your comedy has a healing, look within.
Well, it does now.
Now I'm. Well, I know you now, though. I didn't know your old stuff.
Right. Yeah, my old stuff would just be like, oh, my boyfriend is so mean to me.
Right.
Isn't that funny?
And and we talked about this last podcast. You would dress like disheveled.
Yeah, I would dress disheveled, but then also people wouldn't believe me. Someone was like, said once, I had this bit where I was like, my boyfriend won't have sex with me. And someone, and someone was like, well, yeah, you look like shit. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. But that's a weird joke because you can't look nice because then they go, well, I don't believe you, you're lying.
Right.
But then if you look like shit, they're like, well, yeah, you put some effort in, you stupid bitch. So
You've done a lot of work on yourself, though. The theme of you in the past few years, from when I've known you, is you do a lot of work on yourself. But this is constituting the comedy. You're living your life. You're finding authenticity, but you're also doing. I think it's a good message for anybody in any field. Like, work on yourself because good things happen. Even for me, work on yourself. Look at what's within. We call it the side of the street in the work I do. Look at your side of the street. Figure out what you bring to everything. And also for me and for everyone, write about that. Share about that. That's what people relate to.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have it? Not that you have it figured out, but I mean the journey never ends. But you've done plant medicine. You go on these retreats at Costa Rica, which I'm not sure if they're cults or not because I will follow you and I just don't know. And I know you get that stereotype and it just looks like one. Anyway, it might be.
I say that in the special because we're all wearing white and drinking drugs together, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?"
And I follow you,
on?
and I see you in Costa Rica, and I go, "They're all banging." But
you're actually not allowed to bang. You're not allowed to bang 1 month before. Certainly not at the retreat. There's no sexual contact, nothing, and certainly not a month afterwards. You're also not supposed to.
Just don't murder me and my family and say some guy convinced you to do it, like the Manson murders. You know,
there's a lot of places that are like dodgy like that, but this place is not.
Cool.
It's like I feel very safe there.
Are you going back to Costa Rica for the same group?
Yes. Well, it's a different people, but it's the same place that I'm going to.
Cool.
Well,
You're regular.
This is level 2, right?
Oh.
So level 1 was in October. It's for like business, entrepreneurial leadership practices.
Yeah.
And then we fuck. So
I knew
that was
it.
like level 1. So they say that level 1 is basically like you're sitting around the campfire singing songs, like singing Kumbaya and like
Yeah.
holding hands and like,
Yeah.
how was your, this is like, it's called mastery. So this is like, I had said, okay, this was very annoying. How much time do we have? Because this is going to be a longer story.
You're good.
So level 1 is meant to be obviously entry level. Okay, so if there's 2 things, you would obviously do level 1 and then you would
Yeah.
do level 2.
Yeah.
So I found out that somebody had done level 2 without doing level 1.
Skipped it.
Skipped it. Skip the dishes, starring Monty. Why did I forget Monty's last name?
Hall, the game show host.
Why have I forgotten Monty's last name?
Who's Monty?
I'm thinking Monty Franklin. Monty Gear.
You're still
Monty
smelling the cat
Gear
hair. Yep.
did a Skip the Dishes ad with John Hamm in Canada.
Oh.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I said, well, how come this person was allowed to do level 2 and before they did level 1?
Yeah.
And this guy who had just come back from level 2 said, well, why do you care?
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, and I felt myself getting pissed off.
Nice.
Nice. And I'm like, okay, it's a reasonable question
Right.
for me to ask this. And he's like, well, why would you spend any amount of energy worrying about what someone else is doing when you could worry about yourself? And I was like, the fury is rising. But like, he's right. And that's what mastery is about. It's about mastering your thoughts. So
Right.
like, why would I expend any iota of energy worrying about what this fucking guy's doing when I could worry about what I was doing?
Right. That's really the key to happiness is just controlling. I mean, it's a serenity prayer. I talk about this all the time.
Mm.
Control what we can control and let go of the rest. I think old people get there, and that's why they seem sometimes. Some old people seem so chill.
They either go one way or the other.
They either go like F the world or they go like it's out of my control.
It doesn't matter,
But
yeah.
I'm on the same journey as you where I see that clear as I get older. I go like, wow, that's not mine.
Yeah.
But then again, it's so hard because we chose comedy and observation and telling things. We also aren't as funny if we just go like if a guy does something stupid in front of me and I just go, it's his truth. Everything's good. That's not funny. But if I go, this fucking guy. you know,
Right.
you-
yeah, but also
it's
you got to be careful because you
tough.
don't want to give people shit, right? Because you don't want to
I
be
think
mean.
I do more now. I think I do more from being more in touch with myself. I think I say a lot more truths to people. I do.
Well, there was these people the other day in my mind. This is when I was manifesting a good set. I said, I'm going to ask if there's any 22-year-olds in the crowd. And then when the 22-year-olds say, you're 22, I'm going to say, you're so fucking silly when you're 22.
Yeah.
And the thing that makes you the most silly is that you don't think you're silly, and that makes you so silly.
Yeah.
And in my mind, the whole crowd is laughing and cheering, and they're like, yeah, we get it. You're fucking stupid. But it's like, I am trying to embarrass this group of
Right.
22-year-olds in
Right.
front of a room full of people, and then I look like an asshole.
Right.
You know? And so there's this fine line of like, I want to give these. And by the way, in a perfect world, in a perfect show, in a show that I wasn't already bombing, that would have fucking crushed. And
Right.
the 22-year-olds in the front row, they would have been laughing and the whole crowd would be in on it. But what happened was I call out a bunch of 22-year-olds across the room, I bomb again, and everybody hates me even
Right,
more
right,
because they're
yeah,
like,
they
she's
turn.
a bully.
Well, sometimes in those, I think what I've learned from it is like when I was 22, I know this because when I was 22, I didn't know anything and I thought I did.
Yes.
Making it more about us lightens the blow a little bit, but also, I don't know, I'm more
How, oh, you mean
like
saying.
to them, like, oh, like you want to know how I know? Because when I was 22, I was just like you and I thought that I didn't know anything and
then
this
you
happened.
sound like an old crotchety man.
Yes, but I mean, like, if
Every-
you make it more about your own life,
Yeah.
people won't be as mad at you if you're like these stupid kids.
But here, I thought it'd be so funny if I was on my knees, pleading with these people in the front row, like, you're so silly. Wouldn't that be funny? You know it would be funny.
Silly is the wrong word because
But
silly
s-
to me is like a clown on a unicorn.
But it's, yeah, these are
doing-
other things that don't get lost in translation because I think that's so fucking funny to say silly.
It is a
It's
great
a funny word, and with my accent, it works. That's what I was thinking.
I like the idea of going on about being silly. I would like to hear more examples about why 22s are silly. I mean,
Well, I say this is how you have sex when you're 22. And I just,
Okay.
and I just vibrate.
and then you say silly.
And I go, that's how you have sex because you're so silly.
Is the bit gonna work? Or are you craving a catchphrase with merch? Let's be honest. Let's just talk about it.
Oh, buddy,
Do you want
catch-
Sarah Lawrence silly? Silly, silly, silly. It's a
No,
silly.
I want to kill myself. No, immediately. Immediately.
I'm just trolling you. For
Oh,
I'm just
buddy.
kidding. But
Fuck.
I like the word silly. But I think you're trying to relate. I think making it more about you and you'll be fine.
Also, the thing is, like, we don't get enough reps. And so I come up and I go, this will be funny. And I'll say silly a bunch. And then it doesn't work. And then I forget to say it again.
And you, like,
I don't know
forget
if
it.
it's actually
Yeah,
funny. And then I
yeah.
forget. And then I'm like, onto some new material.
I have news for you. I'm about to start a monthly show here, which I never thought I'd do. But I have
At the back?
I have a no. We have a spot. I am going
spot?
We got a spot. I'm going to book you to headline that in a couple of months.
20
when we're
minutes?
back. Yeah, 20 at least. That's basically what we're trying to do. We're trying to set up a scene, my buddy and I, where we have our friends headline, and then we have new comics do a little format thing. But it's about new and old, new and seasoned. Our friends headline,
Nice.
we host, and we want to make a scene here where it's like fun for
Fun.
everybody, and we pay the comics. Like,
Yes.
But anyway, you can work on the silly at this show ASAP.
That's the other thing I'm really finding trouble with is this new bit about this guy. It works perfectly with this stuff that I had about this 22-year-old, right?
Yeah.
So ideally, in a perfect world, I have 20 or 30 minutes and I can get into it. I can relax and I can tell you the story
Yeah.
and you can come with me. But as it stands, when you have these 8, 10,
Yeah,
12-minute
yeah.
sets and you're going, oh, and then this happened. Oh, fuck. And then I forgot that this happened. And then, what about this? I forgot. And you're so stressed because you're trying to get through it.
That's a lot.
And then they're like, well, because you also have to make people feel comfortable when you come on stage because they need to know that you're funny. And if you're immediately starting with new material and you go like, just please come with me for this, and they're like,
Yeah.
we don't even know if she's funny yet, we don't trust her.
That's a pride thing. I told myself if I'm doing new, you have to do a few minutes of stuff that will
Yeah.
get people liking you.
Yeah.
And I've also studied myself. Like now I know why things work better if I start a certain way or not. Same with you though, you know? If you make people
I
like
have no
you and-
idea.
I think it's you being yourself, calling out things.
It's just like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
know.
You know?
How has your tall life been since the clip went viral of you yelling at someone about her saying you weren't as tall as you were? That's what the clip was, right?
Yeah. It's funny because people are like, where's the joke? Actually, no, because people were genuinely asking like, what was the joke? Because she cut my joke off. And that girl was like yelling out through the whole show.
It's a great clip.
Thanks. Yeah. I think it's quite fun.
You always have been. We talked about your height last time. You talk about it in your material, but do you feel differently about tall material now that you have a clip that's been embraced on the internet? It went viral on the internet. It's got millions of views.
I feel different about being told because I've done inner work to deal with it.
It's not so good. You're not validated by the social media love around this. It's more because you are comfortable with who you are.
What do you mean? You're saying that people are saying you're great, therefore...
I'm saying when we last talked, this is kind of a look back episode in a way to the last conversation, which is also transformative and healing to look back on where you've grown.
You know, I saw a one-on-one session that I had from November, listening to how I was talking. This was 6
what I'm
months
saying.
ago, listening
Yeah,
to how I was
you've
talking,
changed,
and I
you've
was
grown.
crying, watching that version of myself cry, talking about...
So I'm talking about the height thing because you joke about it. It's also something that's you told a story when you were young last time about height and being made fun of in school. This is something deep for you. I was asking if the internet success of your height, like there's success around it now. The word success, it went viral. People love. There's a lot of people that are. It's people are liking that you're joking about it, and maybe and being like, "F you, that's how tall I am." Has it changed your perspective, or is it more the work?
No,
That's my question.
the clip has done nothing to my psyche.
That's healthy then.
To my psyche, because half the people are going, oh, I'm also, well, first of all, there's a bunch of dudes who are DMing me saying, I'm 6'4", let me take you for coffee, please stop doing that.
That's great.
It's very fucking annoying. It's very fucking annoying.
Put her Instagram on the screen, guys. Some guys to DM her. Anybody over 6'5"? Anyway, go on.
It's just the mentality of like, why do you think that would work?
Yeah.
Just to send me your height and be like, hey, any chance? Like, you don't know.
Right.
Anyway, that's the first thing. Second thing, half the people are going, oh, I'm also 6'1". I love that you said this. I also can't find a yoga mat, or I can't do this, or ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Then there's other people going, you're only talking about your height, you fucking dumb bitch. And
Yeah.
you're like, well, if you look and you open your eyes, there's a bunch of other things
I
I'm
have a
talking about as
special.
well.
It's not just that. Yeah.
It's literally, I'm going, just because I posted all the tall clips in a row, because I posted the clips from the special in a row.
Great.
From start to finish. So the first 7 minutes of the 45 minutes, is about me being tall.
Yeah.
The other, however math is, 30 whatever minutes. Anyway, so it had that clip specifically going
Yeah.
viral, whether people hated me or loved me, that did not change my
That's great.
view about the height. The height, me working on myself.
Watch it.
And working on being okay with it.
Yeah.
That
Do you want
has
to blow it
helped
out?
me.
Should we blow out
No,
the
I want to see
candle?
what happens.
All right. Wow, it's your cat.
It's fine. Yeah.
Watch the flame. I love that you said that, and I only ask because there's an illusion about social media, and this is kind of a topic I'm bringing up, where we do get validated by views. And this happens to me too. I post a celebrity interview. It goes, a lot of people watch it. Oh, I have value. I'm doing my, people like me. I mean, the celebrities in the video, like, it's them. It's okay. But I'm asking you because this, I knew was a deep-rooted issue for you. So I was curious if it changed. It's healthier that whatever people are seeing, you're in touch with how you want to feel about who you are. It shouldn't matter what the internet says. So your answer is good. You're in a good place about it.
It is funny too when people are like, oh, why do you only focus on the bad comments? And it's like, well, hang on a second. If you posted a video and 1,000 comments were all bad, like you're a stupid bitch, right?
Yeah.
And then you had one comment that was like, I love you so much. You would focus on that
Yeah.
one comment,
Yeah.
the good one. But when they're all good and then one person's like, you're a dumb bitch,
Yeah.
of course you focus on that one. That's okay.
You're also funny because you troll them and you post about trolling them and stuff. You do a whole
Well,
thing.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with that because when I had more time and there were less trolls, I would really post and be like, hey, are you okay? Like, why did you feel the need to say this?
Yeah.
And try to like get them to apologize, which sometimes works.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why are you doing this? Why do you have time to just
just-
write not funny? It's crazy.
It's good for you though because it's engagement either way.
Exactly, which is also annoying because you're supposed to go, it's like, why are you?
It's a weird part of our jobs. We have to be loved and hated to be successful.
Well, that's the other thing. If everyone loves you, you're doing something wrong.
right.
So half the people should love you and half the people should
yeah,
hate
in
you.
comedy specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does make me think like, because some of the clips, like they're not funny. Sorry, Sarah. Sorry to myself.
they're-
Like they're not funny, and they're not supposed to be funny. It's just a clip to be like, hey, you want to see the rest of this? You want to see what happens?
It's a promo to the special.
Watch it's like
Yeah.
fucking relax, man, and also leave me alone. It's
Do you
like,
block and
who-
delete or you leave
You
everything
know
out?
what? I used to like years ago. Immediately one wrong foot, I'd just be like block,
Yeah,
never think of ever
yeah,
again.
Yeah.
I do that now if it's bad enough. If it's something like you're a fucking dumb bitch, I'll be like, oh, okay, see you later.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
never know who I am.
You're good.
But other times, I don't know what the. I'll gauge each situation.
It
Like
takes
I just
too
sent.
much emotional currency to me.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
Then again, I just deleted one the other day.
But also, I googled like if you delete, it's worse for the algorithm. That's also what sucks. Is it's
oh
like
gosh.
I don't know.
I think if you spend emotional time on strangers for a while, it's not healthy for you. Then again, I
No.
watch car accidents on Twitter every morning.
Do
so
you?
yeah, it's horrible.
Paul,
I know. I'm letting too much negative in.
why do you do that?
My algorithm is effed. But my algorithm on every
You
app
can
is
say I
very
don't want to
dark.
see this anymore.
I've said I want to see it.
Paul, that's so bad. That's actually like that's crazy. That's
Between this
really
and the cat
bad.
thing, is our relationship changing here?
It's not changing. It's just making me want to hug you more.
I need more hugs, you think?
Yeah, it's like that's
All right,
kind
fine.
of disturbing.
It's not intentional. Twitter has changed since it was taken over by Elon, and I think I watched something once, and I don't watch them a lot, but like it's a lot of like catastrophe videos because it's the feed. Like the feed is that way. It's not even like me.
So is the news and the world.
I see too much now. I'm like desensitized, honestly. Like I saw someone get shot today on Twitter,
Oh, buddy.
but like it's not
Someone
censored.
gets shot?
It's not censored. That's the problem with social media
Even
now.
if it was censored, why are you?
I don't know. It's like you know, you watch a car accident, like you watch
No,
it 'cause
I don't,
you can't look
no.
away. No, I mean like humans. We watch things we can't look away. Like it's like
Yes,
we look.
but after I see it, I go, wow, that was horrible. That's not good for me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, please don't ever.
Yeah,
show me
I
this
think
again.
this is maybe we're getting in touch with my stuff for a second. I need to maybe
Yeah.
stop looking at bad things.
buddy. If someone posts something that's like,
The cat's coming to me because he knows I need it.
yeah.
Oh, maybe they are loving.
When I cry, like he'll come and sit in my
can I
arms.
try it?
To
Can I
what?
try it with the cat now? If I
To
cried, would the
cry?
cat come to me?
Yeah. Do you want to cry?
I could because I'm an actor. All right, ready?
Not for any. No. Well, he's gonna know that you're a piece of shit.
Can I try?
No, because it's not genuine.
What the hell? I'll genuinely cry.
If you're no, but no, okay, no, not Paul. God damn it, God, you're so annoying. Listen, this is a new eyebrow for you too, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, it just came out. I love it. It's
When
my
did
new-
it come out?
In Jersey. Yo.
Did it?
Hey.
It just went.
Daddy's mature in Jersey over here. I read
It was
books.
you singeing with a cigar.
It
You
might have been from the
singed
cigar.
it.
I think it's from the sun, the East Coast sun.
Sick.
I think I have vitiligo under my skin a little bit, like a little skin thing, because I
Okay.
burned my skin once, which is like, you know that model has like patchy skin?
Yes.
That thing. I think I have a version of it. My sister has it.
Under your eyebrow.
And I think it comes out in the brow.
Oh, interesting.
And now it's like a new, like I kind of want to keep it.
it's like a Maxwell Sheffield. His name was Maxwell.
Oh.
When I got him, like Maxwell, you know, from The Nanny
Yeah, and you changed it to
to Cal.
cow?
Hi, sweetie. He's
All right,
Maxwell
let's-
because he's got the white stripe.
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
Thank
I'm
you.
like your I'm like your cat. I'm a little white and black in the
Yeah.
hair.
Would you like me to call
All
you
right,
cow?
let's see if cow
Yeah.
like the animal.
No, we're not
talking
doing
about
this because you're no. He already.
before. Wait. If I'm a good actor,
No,
it is
yes,
real.
It's not.
Just saying, it's what actors say. I've interviewed a lot of them. It is real. It's authentic.
baby.
It's my truth, even though it's a scene that someone else
Sweetie.
wrote for me. Here we go. Come on, Cal. I can't do it. Wait, I can't.
Listen, we were talking
trying to
about like
cry.
let's talk about your shit.
All right, I watch too much dark stuff on the internet.
So you wake up and you open Twitter.
I
By the
open-
way, who's on Twitter?
I don't
First
tweet
of all.
anything. I just see things in the feed that are disturbing. And I keep up my news there, though. I keep up like what's going on in the world. I see what's trending. I watch all the memes, you know. All right. Where are you, Cal?
We forgot to order sandwiches.
Oh, I forgot the sandwiches. Cal.
He can tell that you're not a genuine guy.
Wait, I'm a genuine guy. This is.
Hey, I'm a genuine
This is not
guy.
a genuine cry is what you mean. Cal, I need you. All right, can you cry for him? I want to see.
No, I wouldn't do that to him.
Oh, because he really is in touch with your emotions.
I literally like sometimes when I was like going through a bad time, like when I was through the part of the breakup where I wasn't just on the floor in the fetal position.
Yeah.
I still sad. I was sad for months, obviously, but I would just like hold him and then like look at him and just bawl my fucking
That's
eyes
beautiful.
out. Yeah, it was very cute. It's like holding him and he knew sort of. And then like I've done that other times too.
They're empathetic. They're empathetic to that. They're there for you.
Well, it's like he can, or yeah, if I'm crying, he'll come in. You know,
Cal.
you're a piece of. Don't exploit my cat.
I'm trying to see if I'm trying to test if it works.
He knows you're not genuine.
Really? Do they know enough?
Yeah, you can't just be like,
What if-
I'm so sad because it's your energy.
So they read the energy better than the acting. What if Oscar award winning Leonardo DiCaprio was sitting here crying?
You know,
think-
no, I think maybe he would go over to him.
oh, because it's Leo.
I
Wow,
don't
real
know.
shallow.
Well, here's the thing. What's interesting, I've been thinking about actors recently. Is like actors are all insane, right? Because
Yeah.
they don't work on themselves because they're so busy trying to be other
Yes,
people. They
yes.
never actually get to the root of their own shit.
Some of them.
Wow.
I always joke that they don't know who they are because they're so busy playing everyone else.
Yes.
They don't actually. That's why I say the same thing.
Careful, because
Watch the
your face will go
flame.
on fire.
Just blow it out.
No, I just really want to see what happens.
Cal.
Hi, Miamish. Hi, Miami. Hi, Singe boy. Burnt cat. Oh, he's coming. Wait, Paul's going like this with his hair.
So desperate for a clip that says cats are empathy. I really got tears. Look.
Yeah, I got this. I can feel it coming on you. Oh my God, there's so many car accidents.
So sad. I just need a cat.
Oh, I just need one cat just to really just see what's going on. Can I put him on your lap?
Yeah. Well, scratch me. You're so cute. Oh, he jumped off. It worked though. The theory worked. Not forced at all for a podcast. But totally genuine and real. I got a little bit of a tear. See, I'm on my way to Denzel.
You're a psychopath. Is it? What do you prefer, eggshell or ivory?
For my shades.
It's from American Psycho.
Oh gosh,
for your
I don't
business
even remember
cards.
that. We're gonna listen to Steely Dan. Is that what he says? Steely Dan? I don't even know. I want to go back. Plant medicine. I also think the theme of your new material is almost like relationship medicine. Like heal yourself to be in a good relationship, which I think is good for couples married, people dating. You gotta be healthy with your own heart before you share another.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe that's the theme of your new
Yeah.
special. Probably. You thought about that?
That's like the tagline.
Well, no, like the subject is this. So, like, have you thought about like plant medicine? Would you keep doing medicines? Like, it'd be heart medicine. Like, that's kind of interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I've thought a lot. I was supposed to write plant medicine too when I was on my Eat, Pray, Love journey. Didn't. I brought my journal from this mushroom ceremony I did and was
Beautiful.
like, I can't wait to open this and check out all the good jokes I wrote. And I opened it and was like, yikes. Because I wrote it while I was fucked up. I was
Wow.
like, this is so funny. So the next one was going to just be plant medicine too.
Nice.
Which is, it could, that's the thing, it could all still be. it could be all encompassing. Plant medicine too. Hey, here's what I learned. Here's how I grew. Here's how I healed. Here's what I
Right.
attracted. Here's what I won't accept anymore. Here's this, da da da. You never fucking know. And half these jokes that I now have about this new guy relate to jokes that I had from years ago about other stuff.
That's great.
And they all work together, to create a cohesive storyline. So I have absolutely no idea. But
I love
think
it.
I'm going to shoot something in October in Austin.
We'll be there.
Oh,
Why not? Come support.
you'll be there?
No, I'm saying like we'll be there.
Oh,
Fans
all
and
of us?
friends. We'll
Yeah.
support you.
Okay, cute.
And keep up the great work. Thank you for coming, by the way. You're the only guest to ever do a double. This is season 2 now, upgraded studio. We now have, we're now selling burnt tail as a smell in the studio. We can start telling people. But you're the first repeat guest on the show. Thank you.
I love that.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thanks for
having
hanging. Check out Sarah everywhere she is, guys. Follow her, see her live, be her friend. Write her nice comments on the internet, okay? Like, be kind to Sarah. And we will be back next week for another episode. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And where's that cat? Where's that cat?
He's gone.
This episode was brought to you by Barefoot Dreams, the comfiest products I've ever felt. They got cozy chic fabric. And if you want your life to be a little bit cozier, and not a little bit, a lot of bit cozier, you're going to want to check out everything they offer. I mean, pillows, blankets. I got my couch over here. I got the blanket here. I got robes now. I got beautiful shorts that are all comfortable. They've given me so many cool things, but not just for me. For you guys, I want you, especially with summertime, you want to have some cozy stuff around the house. Have some stuff you could bring and put on the beach maybe. Have some stuff you could put outside and sit outside at night. Gets a little chilly. You want to get a little bit of a cozy chic blanket. Barefoot Dreams has it all. Don't forget, because they're part of the season, put in the promo code POPUP15 for 15% off your first purchase at barefootdreams.com.